Alright, so I'm going to help you guys out, give you guys the top 5 best loadouts in Warzone 2. You won't need anything else, and you can even use this in Modern Warfare 2. So we're going to start out with the good old MP5 because everybody loves this weapon, and honestly, I don't think there's a better SMG in regards to overall amazing time to kill capability, range, and everything this has to offer. We're starting out with the X10RR40 for sound suppression, bullet velocity, damage range, and recoil smoothness at the cost of aim down sight speed and aiming stability. Don't worry about the cons, it's not going to really be that noticeable, especially with everything else we're going to be putting on this gun. This is a must-have attachment for the muzzle. For the tuning, you can really do anything that you want to, but my optimal decision is probably raising the bullet velocity to around the 30s or 40 region. And if you want to help the recoil smoothness, you can, but like I said, it's either way. You're going to be plenty of other like recoil fixes, so if you don't want to raise the recoil smoothness, you can just increase the aim down sight speed. But this is pretty optimal right here, the 0.40 inches and 0.87 ounces for the tuning. This is what I would most likely use. Next, I put on the Merc foregrip for hip fire accuracy, recoil steadiness, hip recoil control, and aim walking steadiness at the cost of hip walking speed and aim down sight speed. Now, I don't care too much about the hip fire aspects, it's more so about the recoil steadiness. This helps more than you could possibly know. This is probably the best attachment for the MP5, aka the Lockman sub. This thing gives you practically no recoil. In fact, you could put a no stock on here and it would still be almost as amazing. I don't want to say just as amazing because obviously there's going to be a little bit more recoil, but this attachment is such a big help. Next, I put on the 40 round mag. I could put on 50, but I just don't think 50 is necessary. I think 40 is more than enough. I think it gets the job done. 15 isn't enough, and 30 is just not really enough either. I mean, if you don't want to have any of the cons, and 30 is completely fine for you. 30 might be good if you're, say, playing competitive and you're just trying to kill one enemy at a time, or if you're stacking, trying to take out team, 30 might be enough, but I think that 40 overall would be the best possible choice. And then this is something special. I decided to put on the EXF solar flare. The flashlight is on there, sprint to fire speed and aiming stability at the cost of flashlight being visible to enemies. I think this is much better than the VLK laser 7 MW, and the only reason I say that is because the VLK laser, the laser is visible in ADS versus a flashlight being visible in ADS. So when you're playing on maps that are bright, they're not really going to notice the flashlight. So you can just ADS this all day versus the VLK laser. If you ADS this, they're going to know where you are waiting around the corner or whatever. They can just get the jump on you and kill you. So if you want to use the VLK laser, you can use the same tuning I'm about to show you guys. Well, actually, I guess you guys can't, but this has no tuning right here. But this right here, all you guys have to do is increase the aim down sight speed to around the teens region, so negative 17.34 feet. Let me know if you get it on the first try. And the sprint to fire speed, you can put it to around also the teens region, so I have negative 0.19 ounces. So either way, whichever one you want to use, whether you want to use the VLK laser or if you want to use the EXF solar flare, I think they're both amazing and will both give you great results. Last but not least, I have the FT mobile stock for sprint speed, aim walking speed, crouch movement speed, and aim down sight speed at the cost of aiming stability and recoil control. Now, this thing actually got a buff not too long ago, and this is why I actually chose this over the stockless mod. The stockless mod, although it has aim down sight speed, sprint to fire speed, movement speed, and hip recoil control, there is an aiming recoil control penalty, and I just don't think that's really worth it. This penalty for recoil control is a lot less than this one, so I think that this is the ideal option. Plus, you actually will get more mobility in regards to the aim walking speed than you will with this. Next, we're moving on to the TR-76 Geist. This thing is the best assault rifle in the game still. I know some people love the cast off 76-2. This thing is, in my opinion, better than it, but I'll give you guys alternatives, whatever you guys really want. So we're going to start out with the Polar Fire S for sound suppression, bullet velocity, damage range, and recoil smoothness at the cost of aim down sight speed and aiming stability. Trust me, the cons don't really matter because you're going to be using this as an AR, long range to mid range. It will do a good job at close range too, but trust me, everything will be taken care of. The tuning, I set the bullet velocity at 0.32 inches and the recoil smoothness to 0.90 ounces. Beyond that, it doesn't get any better, so I think you should stick to around there, or you're just not going to have a good experience. It's going to hurt you more than it's going to help you. Put on the Bruin Bridle Heavy for recoil control, damage range, bullet velocity, and hip fire accuracy at the cost of aim down sight speed, movement speed, and hip recoil control. For the tuning, I set the damage range at 0.25 inches, and the recoil steadiness, I basically maxed it out at 0.50 pounds. I actually put on the 762 high velocity. This helps the bullet velocity, obviously, at the cost of some damage range, but you're getting all these things that are increasing damage range, so I wouldn't worry about that. Plus, for the tuning, I increased the bullet velocity to 9 GR and the damage range to 0.70 G, so this fixes everything that the cons would have hurt. I put on a 45 round mag. I mean, you don't really want to use a guy's single tap. It's just not good. I tried it. It's not good. I don't know why they even have this on there. I don't know. It's just not good at all. So the 45 is best choice. The base is just not enough. And last but not least, I put on the MW2. You can use whatever one you want to, but this is just my personal preference. And I maxed out the far distance. I didn't change the end on sight speed or flinch resistance. I don't think you need to do that. I just maxed out the far distance, and I think this is the optimal build. If you want a meta cast off 762, this is the one for you. This will get the job done very quick and easily. So we're starting out with the sack and tread 40 for vertical and horizontal recoil control at the cost of aim down sight speed and aiming stability. For the tuning, I put the recoil control to 0.11 inches and the recoil stabilization to 0.44 ounces. I put on the lock grip precision 40 for hip fire accuracy, recoil steadiness, and aim walking steadiness at the cost of aim down sight speed. Not a big deal, believe me, this thing is going to be an absolute laser. I put on the 40 round mag. 20 is just not enough. This will probably be better for multiplayer, but 40 is what you absolutely want. The base is 30, I believe, and I just don't think that's enough. Put on the cast 10 584mm barrel for damage range, bullet velocity, hip fire accuracy, and recoil control at the cost of aim down sight speed, hip recoil control, and movement speed. For the tuning, I set the damage range to 0.26 inches and the recoil steadiness to 0.29 pounds. And once again, the last thing is MW4, personal preference. You can use whatever one you want to. Max out the far distance, did not change the weight. For number 4, I want to show you guys the ISO 9mm because I still think this is an amazing SMG. Despite them trying to make this weaker, this build right here is still overpowered. Put on the X10 RR40 for sound suppression, bullet velocity, damage range, and recoil smoothness at the cost of aim down sight speed and aiming stability. For the bullet velocity, set it to 0.71 inches and the aim down sight speed to negative 0.77 ounces. Put on the 9-inch PTX trainer for damage range, hip fire accuracy, movement speed, and bullet velocity at the cost of aim down sight speed, hip recoil control, and recoil control. For the damage range, set it to 0.30 inches and the recoil steadiness to 0.47 pounds. Beyond that, it does not get better, and this is the optimal setup right here. I put on the VLK Laser 7 MW for aim down sight speed, aiming stability, and sprint to fire speed at the cost of the laser being visible in ADS, so just keep yourself aware of that. Yeah, if you're just going to constantly ADS, you're most likely going to be taken out because they're going to know where the laser's at. For the tuning, I set the feet to negative 24.68 feet for aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed to negative 0.23 ounces for sprint to fire speed. Now, if you guys get this on your first try, let me know in the comment section down below. I put on the Res 2 stock for sprint speed, crouch move speed, aim walking speed, and aim down sight speed at the cost of aiming stability and recoil control. I don't want to use the collapse. I just don't think it's a good idea. I think it's going to do more harm than good. Look at the cons versus this right here. This is very minimal. This is major. So make sure you have the Res 2. It's just a much better choice. For the tuning, I set the aiming out stability to 1.94 inches and the aim down sight speed to negative 1.94 ounces. So same thing on each side. Let me know if you get that on the first try. Gonna be pretty hard, and if you get it, I'm gonna be very impressed. Last but not least, I put on the 50 round drum just because that's honestly optimal. 20 is not enough. It's going to fly through it. Base is not enough. 50 is the best possible choice. And the final thing I'm going to show you guys, I'm sorry to anybody who is not going to expect this, but the Lockwood 300, it's still a one shot and it still gets the job done. In fact, this is going to make it have as much range as it did previously. So put on the GW Max 99 for sound suppression, bullet velocity, damage range, and recoil smoothness at the cost of aim down sight speed, aiming stability, and aim walking speed. Not a big deal. Trust me, everything else is going to help this. Set the bullet velocity at 0.68 inches and the aim down sight speed to negative 1.40 ounces. Put on the Matazek 812 barrel for damage range, bullet velocity, recoil control, and tighter pellet spread at the cost of aim down sight speed and movement speed. Trust me, everything we're putting on this is going to give this the most range and is also going to give this the best possible movement and aim down sight speed. So you'll be good to go. Set the tuning to damage range 0.22 inches and do not change the weight. It's just not necessary. Neither of these are going to help you. Put on the VLK Laser 7 MW for aim down sight speed, aiming stability, and sprint to fire speed at the cost of the laser being visible in ADS. Set the aim down sight speed to negative 37.84 feet. If you get that on first try, let me know in the comment section down below. Set the sprint to fire speed to negative 0.35 ounces. Put on the high stock mod for aim down sight speed, sprint to fire speed, and movement speed at the cost of aiming, recoil control, aiming stability, and flinch resistance. This also helps with hip recoil control, but I don't really think that matters too much. And the last thing which makes this absolutely possible is the Maelstrom dual trigger for dual shot damage and reload quickness. The tuning set the sprint to fire speed to negative 0.06 inches and the aim down sight speed to negative 0.07 ounces.